You're listening to the Precision Shooting Podcast, discussing all aspects of precision and long-range rifle shooting. This episode is brought to you by Impact Dynamics. And now, over to your hosts.
Well, hello. Hi, guys. Hey. That's better. And welcome to the Precision Shooting Podcast. I've got all sorts of calls going on out there. Wonderful. My name is Rusty, and we're live at the Havelock Hotel. How are you guys? Sober. Fix that pretty quick. Cool. Joining me this evening for our very special live show, down the end there, the legend of the lathe, the god of the goatee, killer of cats, and the lover of left-handers, maybe? Andrew Noble.
How you doing?
Albeit sheer.
Passionate about left-handers, I'll add.
Passionate is true, yeah.
And only kill bad cats.
Which is all of them.
Correct.
And next to me, the tyrant of the twist rates, the thermal Thetan, the man with the golden voice, Greg Moneybags Badco.
How you doing?
And also joining us on this very special episode is about 20 people in front of me who we assume, gentlemen, listen to the podcast, but they may have just been looking for somewhere to get a beer. Either way, they are here. So for the first time ever, we have a live studio pub audience. Hey, guys. That's you. Yeah. Most of them are drunk and the other are homeless. So that's sort of the way these things work. And now we are streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram, Instagram have really poor audio for us. So jump on YouTube on Impact Dynamics, and you'll be able to watch in. And we'll try and take some comments from it. But there's a challenge with that because we've got things to do. So guys, we are at the 9th of January. And haven't seen you guys since before Christmas. How's it all been?
Ooh, pretty good. Pretty good. Too hot to do a real lot, but
yeah. Been shooting?
Yeah.
Surely been shooting.
I have. I killed cats as well while I was shooting.
Good. I got the intro right then.
Yeah.
And you've got a pretty mean goaatee.
I trimmed it actually.
Yeah, it's well trimmed, well manicured tonight, mate. Well
yeah, I know.
Manscaping.
It's spot on.
It's actually just sort of realising the reality that I'm going bald, so I just sort of got to take it all off.
Join in.
Don't fight it.
Yeah. Can't beat it, join it.
Yeah, right. And Greg, have you been doing some shooting?
Yeah, just chasing some foxes. Yeah, so that was good fun. So that's about all I've done. Got 4 the other week, so that was good in an area where they're hard earned. So yeah, good to be out and about.
Well done.
What about you, Sam?
I did something stupid. I launched a vlog, revamped the Impact Dynamics YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I don't know if revamp's maybe too generous a word. I uploaded some more videos to it, and people watched them. So that's how YouTube works, I think. Learning these things. And besides that, we had a club day the other week. That went well for half the room that were there. No, okay, didn't go well based on the audience vote, and that's pretty much what I've been up to. What about some of these audience guys? Have any of you guys been shooting over the holidays? Anyone done any exciting shooting? Zilmi, I know you shot the finale and did pretty well, mate. How was that?
Yeah, that was pretty good. But I'm pretty proud that I shot a fox this morning, actually.
You shot a fox this morning. Well, Greg should be beaming. He is beaming about that. Look
I
at
like
that
this fella. Who's this fella? I like it.
Just jumped off the baler. I see him walking through the paddock, and what do you know? He's flat on the floor. So
Young pup?
Yeah.
Dumb. Yeah,
He was dumb.
You got to love him. You got to love him.
He walked to one tree and just stood there and watched me. And I thought, well, I'll just keep the tractor going at the same revs.
Yeah.
Walk over to the ute, sit across the bonnet, and yeah.
They're so accommodating, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's back-to-back episodes for you as well, mate. You're in the last one. Good job.
Nice
Anyone else
work.
do some shooting over the time? Andy, I'm
come
walking towards
on.
you, mate. You shot the comp on the weekend?
Yeah, up at Monado on the Sunday, Centre Fire comp.
Yeah, went all right?
Yeah, I think I came up third there.
Nick's over in the corner harassing. Simon, you won on Saturday. Well done.
Thank you. Had a bit of luck with the wind, I think.
Yeah, well, don't give it all to the wind. You shot well.
Isn't too bad. Had a good one.
Nicely done. Now, we won't talk to Nick because we're talking to Nick later. So, Nick won. Yes. Oh, good. Come back onto the real microphone. It's good to get some time in over the holidays to go out and get out for a shoot. All right. We're going to welcome our first guest up. So our first guest, anyone know who our first ever guest on the podcast was?
I do.
Apart from you?
No.
Anyone? No. Not even the man himself. Stephen Passfield. Come on up, mate. Grab a chair, grab a microphone and a set of headphones. Passfield was the first ever interview guest we had, and he was talking precision rifle products, talking about his chassis and bullpups and other bits and pieces. So what's been, I mean, not that I want to run like day-by-day rundown of the last 4 years, but how's things been going, mate?
Yeah, not, thank you very much, mate. Yes, it hasn't been too bad, to be honest. Pushing through, as you do. The shooting industry is still in its infancy in Australia, like especially the precision rifle stuff. But yeah, we're looking, this year's already looking pretty good. We're starting to get international, few orders, few chassis going overseas now. So
Sweet.
yeah, and I've been pretty happy with that. And yeah, hopefully some bigger things.
Yeah, nicely done, mate. Nicely done. Well, we are episode 109 tonight. We had advertised and promised to be episode 111. But for some reasons that'll become apparent, we were going to record this and delay it and then put it out there. But with the live stream happening and a few other bits and pieces, we decided that this is just going to be episode 109 and you have to deal with it. That's pretty much it. So I was going to talk about what beers we're having, but you're out of a drink,
Yeah, I'm
Greg.
going.
And
Yeah, I'm out too.
Steve, is anyone willing to run to the bar and grab us yep, here you go. Take this and get us something amusing. So there's some beverages. Generally probably wild turkeys for this bloke at least.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Oh,
Mate,
do
I'll
they do
stick
Kilkennys?
super dry, mate. That's all I'll do.
IPA squish, fixation squish. Anyway, so what are we actually drinking at the moment, Andrew?
You can't ascertain it for yourself.
I've been paying attention, to be honest. We're drinking Coopers?
Correct.
Yeah. Pales?
Serious?
Sparkling.
It's wrong.
No, we're
again.
on session, aren't we?
Here we are.
That's why I'm not impressed. Yep, that's why I'm not impressed. Good. All right, we'll wait till some drinks come back. But until then, we did a little survey the last episode on Facebook about triggers. Now, where were you guys on the 1 or 2 stage triggers debacle? I mean, thing.
I don't think we came to a conclusion, did we?
No, we didn't.
No, individually. Where were you guys
I'm
individually?
I'm a one stage man, by preference, but not for any other reason.
I'd probably err towards 2 stage.
Oh, we're split. And Pastor, you've come in to make this a 4 of us, so it's not easy to split. Where are you sit, mate? 1 or 2 stage?
Well, here's where it gets a bit tricky.
Okay.
I like the 1
3 stage.
Yeah. I'm in between because I like
he shoots a Remington trigger.
the single stage. I'm a big fan of my single stage and my mod comp gun, but the bullpup runs, as you know, the twin stage.
Yeah.
And I quite like that too. So yeah,
Pick one.
But no, if I had to, I'd probably go single. I do like single.
Single.
Nice little crisp break. That's basically, yeah.
Well, the results from Facebook were 49.6 single and 50.4 to 2 stage.
I forgot to vote. That's why.
Yeah, ruined it now. But I reckon that was mainly because of the memes that I put up there. That's probably it. So I think we're gonna call this on the guys in the room. So I'm going to point to you guys. We're going to go around the room, and you're just going to tell me if it's single or 2 stage. Andrew, can you count
No.
2s? You can't count. Okay, Steve, can you count 2 stages? And Greg, can you count 1s? All right, Nick.
Competition single.
No, just one. Just tell me 1 or not. You're always complicated. So single, 2, single, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. I think that one's have it.
Oh, one's a smashing it.
Smashing it.
Yeah, I got
We're
6.
on 9 already.
Oh, there we go. All right, so
Yeah.
the single stage trigger is the ultimate trigger that's ever been invented and the best there is.
Definitely.
Go based on current results. Sorry, Andrew. Yeah.
Well, you can't help that you're wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
some
all right.
people are left-handed too. You can't hold that against them.
Well,
Hang on, we do.
We will do that
Yeah, we do.
later in the piece. Hey, Pasfield,
Yeah.
I don't know if you listen to the podcast at all. I don't really care. But have you? Do you have a favourite episode or anything along those lines?
Yeah, episode number 1 was pretty good.
Hang on, he wasn't on episode 1, was he?
That was why it was pretty good.
He was your first guest, but he wasn't on episode 1, was he?
Didn't we
4.
delete our first
Oh, was
episode?
it 4? That was 4.
Oh no,
then.
our first. Did we ever talk about our first episode?
It's
Does
a bit of a
anyone know
mess. Yeah.
the first episode we ever tried to do. Well, you guys were more frustrated. No, actually, I was more frustrated. You guys talk about it. It's too dark for me.
I don't know. We'll just drink a beer and wait.
Yeah. We ended up half cut while you were playing with technology, pretty much.
No, technology works. This whatever. This
No, but we chatted. What did we chat away for like 2 hours and realised it wasn't recording?
It was about, about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
First time, and it only recorded the first 15.
Yeah.
So we tried it again and basically redid the episode for another 15 minutes, and it turned off again. And
That was about midnight at that point.
Yep. And I think we tried a third time, and then the computer blew up, and we just left.
Rage quit. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. But speaking of which, was that your favourite episode?
Yeah, I don't know. I've listened to a few over time. I don't know. I don't really have a favourite.
Nothing rings a bell?
No, nothing stands out.
No, that's thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's all consistent, though. That's what you have to be. Consistency is the key, mate.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, speaking of consistency, we might take a little bit of a review session. Now, for a little while there, we were talking about reviews. We were translating them into some different languages. So I have some reviews that have been translated into different languages from iTunes. So thank you for your reviews. We appreciate the 5-star reviews. They're the best ones. I guess that's why they're 5-star. So I have a review here. I don't know where it's from someone. It has been translated into Tamil and then into Kurdish and then back to English. Wanted information about the best podcast game for anybody. It's one of our 5-star reviews. Greg, would you didn't bring your glasses, did you? No. Try and read that next one if you can.
As a clerk, it is fun to hear everything in Australia to look at another image. Go ahead to a nice car.
Wow, look out.
What was the actual original?
Oh, it
That's
says
probably-
it above it. Do you want to read the original?
As a Canadian shooter, it's fun to hear all about the Australian perspective on precision shooting. Keep up the good work, guys. What's that? Sethco. Jeez, that's a hell of a name.
It's an amazing language.
Sethco and Russian.
Yeah. Righto. What was the next one, Andrew?
Very jumble, even talking about the cerebellum. That's originally was very informative. They even talk about precision shooting occasionally.
I think it's probably the most appropriate review.
Pretty much.
Phil, you're gonna read that last one. Apparently, they can't hear you on YouTube, but you just have to yell loudly.
I'll just have to use my big boy voice.
Sorry, YouTubers.
Makes me shoot left-handed cats. He's good. Shauna and Welsh. I shoot the remaining creatures to cover them well. Right.
I think that was Sean McNally who put that one in. Yeah, well done, Sean. Excellent. All right, what are we drinking? What have you got in front of you, gents?
It's tasting wild turkey like.
I've got
Very
the same
good.
thing I had just before.
Yeah, what we didn't get other beers? Or were they still
I'm driving, I better not.
Okay, no worries. What have you got this, Pascal?
Super dry, mate. Nothing too
Super
special.
dry. Flash, look out. All right, we better get something oddball. Well, Passfield, thanks for joining us, mate.
No worries, man. Thanks for the invite.
Boot you off. And,
Yeah, go for it.
Jeez, that's generous.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, mate. But we are going to replace you. I mean, that's not very nice, is it? We're going to ask another guest to come along and join us. So while he makes his way off...
Come on, Steve, hurry up and get off.
Turkey next.
Yeah, go the Turks.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Does anyone know, do they serve Kilkenny here?
I'd imagine so.
Haven't seen on tap.
They'd have to have a can of it, surely. You could.
All right. Hey, Sean Milner is sitting over there trying to hide away. I think Sean from STS is better come up here and have a little yak to it. We'll get to that. Have a little yak to us.
I've got to say, you're nicely branded up tonight, mate.
Yeah, you
You've
are.
done
Thank you,
you've done a good job.
He knew the cameras were going to be rolling.
Good. All right, Sean. Sean, how you doing, mate? Did you get some shooting done over the Christmas break?
No.
All right, I'm not sure that's... has that ever made it to air? I don't think it... is it
What, the original
the
nut?
story, the original? So
It may not have.
That was the one where
Yeah, that was the
that
Flinders
was,
trip, wasn't it?
No, that was you and me at Kai Kai. And the only way you do a
yeah.
podcast is 7 Jack Daniels later.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then I've asked you, we've gone through the prep for the show and often, let the guests know what questions I'm going to ask them. And so I've said to Sean, hey, mate, I'm going to ask you about new developments you've got. And you said, oh, look, some new developments, like I don't really want to talk about them, but I said, look, what are you releasing at Shot and this and that? He said, oh, yeah, no, I've got 4 or 5 things to talk about. I'm like, great, talk about those. That would be really good. Okay, good, no worries. We worked out what they actually were. And so then we're talking through the show and we got to the question of, so have you got any new developments in the works? And there was this big pause. And then there was a response of...
No.
And anyway, they'll play that in the show now. Have you got any new developments with STS on the horizon?
No.
And that has gone down for those who... I don't know if we ever talked about that on the podcast before, but that has gone down.
No, I don't think we did.
No. As a bit of a classic line, as well as yelling balls every time the show finishes. What never gets to air is about 3 seconds after the show formally ends, Andrew just yells balls as loud as he can. He usually wakes up my kids.
No, you're exaggerating.
Never. I'd never do that. We'll catch you next time.
Balls.
Balls.
Beat me to it.
I'm merely giving you a microphone test at the start. That's it.
That's the end.
Oh, okay.
Good. All right. What are you drinking, Sean? Nothing.
No, I got to drive tonight, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we can't harass you for that. All right. Well, a segment that has often appeared on the Precision Shooting podcast over the last 3 and a bit years is a end of show, would you rather, where we pose the question of would you rather do this or would you rather do that? And we're not going to wait till the end of the show. We have got some questions for you now. So, first up, gentlemen, you ready?
No. Go for it, though.
Good. Question number 1. So I want to get all 3 of you, maybe a bit of the audience reports on this one as well. Would you rather have all semi-auto firearms, every single one of them has to be semi-auto, or all bolt-action firearms? Now, of course, in Australia, we're a little bit limited to that, but those with pistols would do, accordingly. So, Sean, what about you, mate? Any thoughts? No. Okay. Greg?
Oh, I'd actually go the bolt action, believe it or not. They're just a lot more precise than a semi-auto. And plus, I was a little bit spoilt in that I'm old enough and grey enough.
Not wrong.
That got to use semi-automatics when I was a young fella. So I got all that out of my system.
I didn't think they had them back in the sort of matchlock era.
Yeah, I know. There were square wheels on cars back then. But, I really like the bolt actions these days. I love them, just the whole precision side of things. But, yeah, semi-autos got their place, but I'd probably lean towards the bolt.
No, you're wrong. I'd go semi-auto all the way.
Andrew, semi-auto all the way?
Controversy.
Okay. Well,
there's enough accurate ones out there where they're allowed to have them that...
oh, yeah, I suppose
these
days. Yeah. Yep.
Righto. Sean?
Yeah, I'm a bit with Andrew. I don't know a lot about the semis, but from what I've heard, some good ones can be pretty accurate. So I think I'd go with the semis if we could have them.
Okay. Any response from the audience? That was a bump stock comment. Anyone else? No. No one's casting their thoughts. Semis. Oh, they're. See, okay. Yeah, because that would mean bolt action handguns as well, wouldn't it? Oh, they do make bolt action handguns. Yeah. Oh, anyway. All right. So Bass will be all right. It's great when your comments don't go to air and then I say the response and it doesn't make sense. Anyway, option number 2. Would you rather? This is a very we were a male-dominated audience until a moment ago, and we've had a lovely lady walk in. So sorry about this question. Would you rather a wife that hates shooting and never goes with you, or a wife that shoots better than you? Hashtag Stevens. Sorry. Better than me. Okay, we got a mix from the audience. What about gentlemen at the front here, Greg? Well, Andrew, you're ready to.
Well,
fire?
I was going to ask a bit more clarification. The one
Okay.
that hates shooting and doesn't want to ever do it,
Yep.
is she quite happy for you to do it?
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay, well, given the question says wife that hates shooting and never goes with you means that you do go.
Sweet.
But she never
Done.
goes with you.
That's me, option A.
Okay, good. Yep, Greg.
If I'm at bush and she's at home, I'm good.
Trying to read into that a bit too much. Anyway, Sean.
I'd go option B, just so she's less of a handbrake, I think.
Yeah, I think I'd probably be inclined that way because then it doesn't matter what money you spend on the guns.
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
it
Get away
means,
with
it means she knows how much they cost.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, that's all right. Actually, I think my wife may outshoot me, to be fair. From the audience, we had a bit of a mixture of both. Yeah, all right, hands up for hates it. Oh, that's not as many as I thought. And one that shoots better than you? Oh, no, it's about even. And then just the other people are drunk. Okay, fair enough. don't understand.
You mean smart?
All right, number 3. Would you rather have an endless supply of free factory ammo, but at best it shoots 1 MOA? Or would you have to load your own and pay for your own ammo, but the rifle itself will always shoot under quarter minute? Okay, we've got a factory ammo. We've got a clarification question from Bronte. What a surprise. Sorry.
What's the extreme spread on the factory?
It's from 0.1 out to 1.
Okay, so we're going to get some more clarification on the 1 MOA. Is that 1 MOA at what range? Like, does it hold that level of accuracy to 2,000 meters, or are we?
Standard deviation.
It shoots 4 times worse as your factory loaded ammo. Checkmate.
That's my hand loaded.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I meant.
Well, that doesn't work anyway.
I'll load a special batch up for you, Nick.
No responses. Okay, all right,
That's
killed
a
it.
pretty crap question. That
Yeah,
one.
well, that's all right. All right, so we've had one response from Aaron for factory ammo, so that's where it's going to be. I think there's an inbuilt assumption there that while the gun may shoot quarter, probably get better shooter if you got free factory ammo all the time, and you probably would have less issues.
Factory accuracy by volume.
Keep shooting until it falls over. I reckon.
Well, can you have semis as well? Because that would change the equation.
Depends if your wife's shooting better than you or not. Yeah, these actually all relate to each other.
With a semi-auto and free ammo.
Okay, I see. Semi-autos, then free ammo. Yep. All right, number 4, and this is one for the audience. All right, and I'll take a poll. Would you rather? Okay, you could legally own any gun in the world and as many as you like. Sorry, I wasn't looking for particular guns, but this is just hypothetically, Nick. Okay, you could legally own any gun in the world and as many as you like, but you had to be married to Andrew.
Sweet.
Or
Option A.
you could go hunting any day of the week, but you had to be married to Greg. Okay, I'm going to put a hands up for Andrew. Hands up for Andrew. Andrew will be married to himself.
2, yep,
Virtually is. And married to Greg. Oh, Greg, you won.
Gee, I get around, don't I?
You're more appealing to blokes than me, Greg. That's a good thing.
And Sean, what about you, mate? You're on the mic. You give us an answer on that one.
The Greg's the better option, but the problem is he'd want to go with you. So maybe Andrew's the more sensible one.
That hurt, Sean. That really hurt.
Oh, good. Yes, we had a clarification. Would he shoot better than you? Depends which one's the wife in the relationship, I guess. So in your case, no, you'd shoot better than him. You work that out in about 3 minutes. All right. Hey, Sean, you've been on a few episodes. You were on our first one talking about STS targets when you were 7 drinks in and
Yes.
forgot questions.
Yes.
And you've been on the one we did up in the Flinders.
Yep.
Good. It's good to see you reversed your ways. Any other ones that stood out for you episode-wise or moments or anything else? Were you on any others? I can't remember. I try to forget.
Were you up there for that one up at the Dads and Kids weekend around the campfire?
No, he wasn't there, that one.
No, I think I've only been on
that was a cool weekend, the one without Sean.
Yeah. I think I've only been on the 2.
Okay.
But you mean as in which of the 109 stand out the most?
Yeah, well, apart from this one, clearly 108.
Yeah. There was probably the two that I found the most interesting was one with Rex and John McQuay.
Okay.
They would probably be, besides the one that I was
So basically anything without Andrew and
Yeah. No, definitely the favourite's the one that I was in the Flinders because that was a perler.
Which one, the actual version or the uncut version?
The uncut. But no, out of the other ones, yeah, definitely those two guests were really good. I enjoyed those. Yeah.
They were excellent guests. Anyone else listen to the one with Rex? We've probably had the most feedback on that episode, actually. That it was a really good episode. So, yeah, more like that. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rex. He's a very smart guy, and he can talk with a mouthful of marbles underwater for sure. So,
yeah, actually, that's one Andrew and Greg never heard an episode of this podcast. By the way, it's probably one you guys should have a listen to.
I've only listened to one.
You've only listened to one?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't think which one it was now.
Who's the guy that does all the special forces training, long range training? That Sam, you met him over one of the special forces units.
I love
that episode. That was wicked because I wasn't on it for a start, and just he's such a knowledgeable dude. Just knows so much about long range shooting, and that was a really good episode. I listened to that a couple of times actually. Yeah, that was pretty early on.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was, and that was a very last minute episode that I got the heads up on that was going to happen just after the PRI, literally while I was there packing up, and I had to rush home early, jump on a plane, and go do it that night.
Yeah,
that was. My family loved that. I've been away for a week. Got back. Hey, I'm going to Sydney tonight. Yeah,
Sydney.
That was.
And he's a bourbon drinker.
He's
not left-handed, so that's
it checks all, and he's got facial hair.
Yeah,
so pretty much ticks all the boxes.
He does.
Well, Sean, I think
you want me to bugger off?
We'll let you go, mate.
Can I ask a question on behalf of Butters first?
Sure.
He wants to know when the PRI video is coming out.
I've released a few. Didn't you see that?
Oh yeah,
he clearly hasn't been watching the YouTube channel. The footage that didn't get deleted, I released.
It's delayed feed up into the NT.
Yeah. Just I've got a question for Butters, if you can pass it on. Just wondering when Andy McNeil's getting his trophy from the first competition.
All right, I'm sure.
If you
I'll let him know. Yeah,
that would be really good. Yeah, there might be about similar times.
All right, no worries. Thank you, gentlemen.
No worries.
I shall make my leave.
Are you going down the bar? Are you, Bronte? I was. Yeah, cool. Can you grab a turkey and a water? Oh, good stuff, Bronte. We'll have to get you on later because with jokes like that, I mean, how can we let that opportunity go past?
And if they got Kilkenny down there, get a couple of them too.
A couple of Kilkennys if they do Kilkenny. Yeah, that would be great.
Not for me. Yeah.
Oh, kill turkey! Oh my god.
Speaking of which, bad jokes. Hey Nick, can you jump up on the mic, mate? We'd love to have you come and join us, Nick from Ignition Custom.
Don't get tangled in the mic there.
He doesn't want me here. He's just doing it out of compulsion.
This is a contractual obligation.
Yes,
we have to have Nick on the show.
Yep.
Otherwise, it doesn't work.
I will take bolt actions over semis.
Okay, good.
Yes. Hey, well, that's two of us here tonight.
Gee, wow. Well, it's the sport I like.
Yeah,
so.
I'd also take hand load over factories.
Same.
We didn't ask you.
No, you got too much time on your hands.
I'd marry Andrew, but I'd be thinking of Greg.
Andrew, you just get a back tattoo of Greg's face.
And that's I'd take a wife who shoots better than me. That's all I remember. Anyway, there we go.
Your wife does shoot better than you.
That's exactly right.
Good. All right, we've got some more drinks coming on their way, which is good. Now, Nick, how's Ignition Custom? Well, we know how Ignition Custom because that was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, it certainly was.
So it's gone right here, right, Greg?
That back tattoo comment.
What sort of back tattoo, Greg? A tramp stamp, maybe? Down the bottom? Right on the bikini line down the bottom?
Anyway.
So I need another bourbon.
Okay, well, there's one on the way, mate. There's one on the way. Now, I've got some questions. This is for our question and answer segment because we thought we'd end up with some technical questions. But
what are you asking Nick for?
We were wrong.
How's that SOCOM going, Andrew?
Well, it's going well.
There might be a fight in a minute.
Do you want to swap seats there, Greg? Maybe sit in between these two?
That's all right. I'll just push him over the balcony.
I try to grab into a manly beard of his, but he doesn't actually have one.
So then you fall to your death.
Oh, this probably could be just the next podcast for the next half hour. Nick v. Andrew.
It wouldn't be a fight. It wouldn't be a fair fight.
No. All right. Well, let's move on.
We both agree on that one.
We've got some questions. Now, guys, we have like 20-something questions, and the guys sitting in front of us not going to want to hear 20 questions with half-hour answers to each, Nick.
Mm-hmm. All right, 5 words for each.
So I'm going to suggest, gentlemen, if you want to answer a question, we're going to go for a sentence.
Okay.
You don't have to answer every question individually, but a sentence from any of us for the answer. Can be both of us. We could disagree. This probably do. All right.
I'll disagree with Andrew in principle.
All right. The first question comes
You're
from
right.
Sean. Factory ammo. The first question comes from Sean. When to and when not to use free recoil, and on what type of stage? Nick, being the main PRS shooter in front of us,
Okay.
any thoughts on this in a sentence?
When the rifle is off the ground and on a barricade or some sort of weird position, free recoil it.
Okay. My response is to go look at Paul Reed's videos.
Yep. He taught me that trick as well.
There you go. There you go. Same source. Another one from Sean. What's the best way to assist rifle setup and scope settings to be able to make it easy to spot your own shots?
Comes down to this is sort of an in-depth one, but quickly.
We'll make it quick.
Quickly. Front end heavy, decent sized muzzle brake. Keep a neutral balance slightly forwards of the magazine well.
Any other thoughts, gentlemen, for being able to spot your own shots? Use thermal, then they glow.
Yes.
Or carry a wife who shoots better than you and have her spot the shot.
Or let her shoot and you can spot it.
Yeah, that always works.
My comment on that is recoil management. So just keep your recoil as low as you can and do all those things to do that. And also get really comfortable behind the gun so it doesn't naturally jump away. Last one from Sean. Tikatake 1 magazines, is there a fix for their faulty feeding or is it just a lost cause? I'm looking at reusing one for next season. Don't want to start with a dud. Lost cause rifle. My only comment
is this Sean McNally?
Yeah, of course it is.
I spoke with him today about this.
I don't know. It worked great for me when I had one. They were fine. So, but I know other people have had issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll agree. They're hit and miss in the feeding issues on the magazines.
Good, but that's pretty common for
Buy 10 magazines and
sell the other 8.
Yeah, no, just be done with it.
Okay.
You probably get one good one out of the 10.
All right, this one appears to be directed to me, Rusty from Bill. Rusty, what are you looking forward to most at shot? Well, Nick, you're going to shot as well.
Certainly am.
Yeah, and actually, we've asked the other guys, what would